School buses. Yellow school buses have flashing red lights and stop signs that fold out from the driver's side. School pupil transport vehicles like vans, station wagons, or family sedans have flashing red lights and school bus signs on top. Drivers use these warning signals when letting people on and off. If a school bus or school pupil transport vehicle has flashing lights and stop sign extended, you must stop. It is the law. It does not matter which side of the road you are traveling on. Remain stopped until the lights stop flashing or the stop sign folds back. So that's an important one, right? So when do you stop when there's a bus?
What?
So if you see a school bus, when do you have to stop?
When the stop sign comes out.
And what else?
When the lights are flashing.
Yeah, you got it. A first violation of this law can cause a license suspension. That means you lose your license, and a $250 fine. Even after the warning signals have stopped, you should proceed slowly and continue to look for children. The only exception to this law is if a school bus has stopped on the other side of a divided highway with a barrier between the travel directions. In this case, you do not have to stop. So if there's a barrier in between you, like you know how some places on Route 1, like over near the mall, there's like a metal barrier in the middle?
A metal barrier.
Like a metal fence? Then
Yeah.
if the bus stops on one side, you don't have to stop on the other. But if you're on part of Route 1, like over by Stop and Shop,
Yeah.
and it stops, then you have to stop because there's no barrier between.
Well, like what you talk. If
It's like next to Benny's, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're at Benny's and a bus stops on Route
Yeah.
1 and the lights flash and you come in the other direction, you have
Yeah.
to stop
Yeah.
because there's no barrier. Kids could cross right across Route 1.
Oh, so we have to stop.
Yeah. If there's a school bus with its flashing lights, then you have to stop. Trucks, as long as there's no fence in the middle. Trucks and other large vehicles. One of the worst sharing the road problems is between large vehicles like trucks and buses and smaller ones. Like cars and motorcycles, following are some rules for driving safely among trucks, tractor trailers, and buses. Blind spots. It is easy for a car or motorcycle to be hidden in a large vehicle's blind spot. That means like when they look in the mirror, they can't see you. Therefore, do not follow closely behind a truck or a bus. Right? Don't follow close behind a truck or bus because they can't see you when you're behind them. When driving near
Don't follow behind a truck or a bus.
Yeah, don't be close. When driving near a large vehicle, be aware of the driver's blind spot on the right and left side, front and behind. So this is talking about blind spots. The diagram shows the various blind spots for a tractor trailer. See, if you're right behind a tractor trailer, like this close, can they see you?
No.
Because you're right behind it. And also, if you're apparently they can't see here. I'm not sure why. You'd be able to think they'd be able to see you in a mirror over here, but I mean, definitely can't see you there. I could see where they might not be able to see you.
You can't
here.
do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You can't be up here either because if you're really low, when they look out, they can't see you. You know why? Because you're below like the level of that truck. So you got to try not to travel too close. But you don't have to know that necessarily for the test. But you do need to know that you shouldn't travel close to.
Oh, okay.
Tailgating. If you cannot see a truck's rear view mirrors, you are tailgating. Tailgating is dangerous. By following too closely, you are losing the safety cushion you need if the vehicle in front of you stops short. So this guy's tailgating. Cutting in front. Drivers of large vehicles try to keep a safety cushion of space around them. A large truck may need twice as much distance to stop as an automobile or motorcycle, especially when roads are wet or icy. Do not drive into the space immediately surrounding a large vehicle. Do not pull in front of a large vehicle and slow down or stop suddenly, because the trucks can't slow down as fast, so they might crash into you. The driver will have too little room to stop and will crash into you and may risk jackknifing.
Well, can you report that again, Dad?
Do not pull in front of a large vehicle and slow down or stop suddenly. The driver will have too little time to stop and will crash into you. And it says may risk jackknifing. That means the vehicle like bends in half.
Oh.
But that's not important. I mean, just they'll crash into you. Studies by the National Safety Council and the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety show that fully loaded tractor trailer may need twice as far to stop as a passenger vehicle. That sounds like the kind of thing that I'd ask on a question.
What?
Like, how much further does a truck need to stop than a car? How much space, distance?
500 feet.
Twice as much. Studies have shown that a
Twice
truck
as
needs
much?
twice as much distance to stop as a passenger vehicle. Driving too slowly. On a multi-lane highway, trucks and buses can only drive in the two right lanes. So a truck can't drive in the left lane. Like on a big highway like 95, they can't go into the left-hand lane because that's a law, I guess. And so if you travel in the second lane, stay with the flow of traffic and do not drive below the minimum speed limit. Driving too slowly in this lane can create bottlenecks for large vehicles. This can increase highway traffic hazards. If the driver of the truck or bus wants to pass you, move over when it is safe to do so and let the vehicle pass. Passing on the left. It takes longer to pass a tractor trailer or bus than another car or motorcycle. Be aware that large vehicles travel slower uphill and faster downhill.
What'd you say?
It says large vehicles travel slower uphills and faster downhills.
So larger vehicles
Yeah.
Are slower uphills and faster downhills.
Yeah, I don't think that sounds like a question they'd ask on a test, though. Passing on the right. Do not pass a truck or bus on the right unless it is absolutely necessary. Large vehicles make wide turns, and sometimes they must move to the left before making a wide turn to the right. So like they're showing it here, like the truck ends up cutting that corner. If you are next to a truck or bus, you are probably in a blind spot. Watch for possible right-hand turns and stay safely behind until you know what the driver is doing. Truck or bus approaching. If a large vehicle is coming toward you on an undivided road, stay to the right. You will avoid being sideswiped or shaken by air turbulence. At intersections, take extra care in judging the speed of oncoming vehicles. Trucks and buses cannot slow down easily if you cut in front of them.
What?
Like trucks it's that whole thing of trucks taking longer to slow down than cars, so you have to make sure you don't pull in front of them and stuff like that, and because they can't stop very well. Buses and trolleys. Be careful near public transportation buses and trolleys, which is it's like a bus it's connected to wires and tracks. Buses stop often. Be courteous and allow signaling buses to pull away from bus stops. Be cautious of pedestrians entering and exiting buses or trolleys. State law is very specific about driving near trolleys and their tracks. So this is stuff they would ask on a test. You must not drive closer than 8 feet of a trolley passenger step.
You will not drive 8 feet.
Do not drive closer than 8 feet to a trolley when the trolley is letting passengers on or off. So when people are getting on and off. So you just got to remember 8 feet in a trolley. Look for oncoming trolleys before crossing any tracks. Do not turn in front of a trolley if one is approaching. So do not, cut in front of a trolley if it's coming down the tracks. Keep a safe distance between your vehicle and a trolley if the trolley is sharing the roadway. Remember, a trolley's path is limited to the tracks. A trolley driver cannot swerve to avoid you. Slow-moving vehicles. Most farm vehicles, construction rigs, and other slow-moving vehicles have orange warning signs attached to their back. So the signs on a slow vehicle are orange. If you approach one,
The signs on the slow vehicles are orange.
Yep. If you approach one, reduce your speed and use caution. Treat them similar to bicycles and pedestrians. Leave plenty of space around the vehicle if you plan to pass. So that sounds like a question, like the orange question, right? What color do slow-moving vehicles have? Orange. You must yield funeral processions. We just saw that the other day.
Yeah.
You must yield the right of way to all vehicles in a funeral procession until they have all passed. It is illegal to cut through or disrupt any vehicles in a funeral procession. So remember the other day we had to stop there and let all those cars go by? If you tried to cut through, if you tried to cut through, it's against the law. So I think we'll stop right here and pick up this